Hi friends, welcome back. So I have threaded here the length that I want for my bracelet. So that's about 7 inches. So half an inch would be my um, clasp, and I'm thinking if I put it around my wrist, and it's gonna be a magnetic clasp, so I think I can even take one more off. So these beads have very large holes, so it's nice and easy to do this project with it. So here I have here this many, and now I'm going to finish off the bracelet. So I'm just going to pick up, if there is already 2 seed beads in each of the after the tila beads, and then I'm going to pick up 2 on one side and 3 on the other side. Doesn't matter which side it is. So I'm picking up 3 seed beads on one side and 2 on the other, and then where I picked up 3, and I'm going to cross over with the last seed bead. So if I pull through, this is what I will have so far. Okay, so now I'm going to reinforce my beads. So I'm going to come back all the way down, and then I'm going to knot in different places while I come back. So this one, make sure it's tight and it's not slagging or something, and then we will go back through the beads, all 3, just like that. So when you trace your way back, it should be easy. So how much you can pass through, go ahead and pass through. It's a straight bracelet. Just make sure you're going through the seed beads and the tila beads. There we go. The moment we reinforce, the bracelet will automatically look stiff. So happy 2021, guys. Happy New Year. Sorry, I wanted to tell that at the start of the video, but I forgot. And this 2021, I'm taking a resolution that I should do as many videos as possible in this year. So yeah. So I'm almost at the end of my bracelet. I came back. So here we go. And then I'm just going to go back through all these seed beads and one of the tila beads. So with with my right needle, I came back through all the way, and I then took a U-turn, and I'm here now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some half hitch knots. So how do we do that? You just go underneath, catch the thread, take your needle like that. Okay, there is this loop. Let me take the tail off. Hopefully you guys can see there is this loop I have made. Then I shall go through the loop with my somehow I got hold of this wire, just making sure that I am not doing that. So I will just catch hold of the wire, that the place that I'm coming from, that wire, and taking my tail off, and then going through this loop that I created right now, and then tightening. That's how you do a half hitch knot. So I'm making my tail thin, then I'm going through the next set of tila beads and levanos, and I'm pulling. As I'm pulling, the knot is hidden over here. Again, I'm doing the same thing, just going underneath and then making a loop and putting a knot, and then moving on to the next one. That way our knot will be hidden, and then doing the same, coming from underneath, creating a loop, and make sure that you don't just catch hold of the thread and not the bead, so that the knot is not around the bead. And then I'm doing one before the seed bead, and then going through the next seed bead and one more tilla beads, and then here also I'm doing a half hitch knot, and going through a couple more, just to make sure, because this is our only way to make sure that this bracelet is nice and tight. So, and there we go. Going in again and doing some more half hitch. I just want to utilize this thread and then reinforcing the other side also. Making sure my knot is where I want to. Did a bunch of knots. I'm all the way at this end again. And then doing my half hitch one last time if possible, making the tail shorter. There we go. Then passing through this tila bead, and then we can snip off this wire thread. There we go. So we have this one, the left side thread now. So the left side thread is coming out of the top bead. So we have 7 beads. So I'm just going to go ahead and come back here. So this time I'm not going to go straight, but I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to come back here and go on this side and see if my thread shows. See here, a little bit of thread shows, but that's okay because now we are on the other side to do knots. This side we have already did a couple of half hitch knots, and then our work is stable now, so we don't need more reinforcement, but we need to do a couple of half hitch knots with this thread as well on this side, just to make sure our work is nice and tight. So go ahead and do some more knots, and then it has become tighter now, as you can see. A little bit difficult to get into the beads because we have passed through twice already. So one more knot right here, and Lemon seed beads is the safest bet to use in this project. 15 O's will look good, I'm sure, but we can't do more passes through that bead because of the fact that it is small, and then the reinforcement will be to the minimum. I would like to reinforce as much as I can, and then also make sure that my bead work is nice and flexible around my wrist and not like very stiff and stern. So I'm happy with my, there we go. My my needle is coming out of here. Would like to pull it with my pliers, and I'm ready to do half hitch knot here and snip off my thread. As you can see, I have very correct amount of thread. I shall pass through this, or no, I'm good to go. I'll just snip this thread off here. There we go. We are done with our project. As you can see, our bracelet is nice and ready. Now all we need to do is attach our clasp. So we need some pliers for that. So here we go. Open our jump rings. There is videos on my channel how to open and close a jump ring. If you haven't watched, go ahead and watch it. And then put the jump ring inside this loop that we made with the seed beads, the 7 bead loop. And then it's kind of tricky because of this magnetic clasp. It tends to stick to the jump ring as well as to our clasp, as well as to our pliers. And then one jump ring is enough, but I just want to make sure that it is nice and sturdy. So I'm thinking of 2 jump rings, but let's see. So first I'm putting the jump ring inside the seed bead loop, and then I will try to put it in the, I don't think so it'll fit. That's okay. I think 1 jump ring should be good enough. If you have a split ring, that's an awesome option that you would want to try. That's much more safer, but I think this is safer too. Just make sure you close your jump ring nice and shut. There we go. So our bracelet is ready to be worn. Here you go. It's with the magnetic clasp, it's easy to wear, and as you can see, it fits perfectly around my wrist. I do not want it right here, so this is perfect. And let's measure how much is the length of the bracelet. It's exactly 7.5 inches. There we go. 7.5 inches. Because there is steel here, the clasp is sticking to the scale or the roller. So here we go, guys. Our beautiful simple bracelet is ready to be worn. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye bye. Don't forget to hit the bell icons for the new notification, and leave your comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much.